Hello, everyone, and welcome to Market Trap with Raja. Today is the 12th of January 2021, and what I'm seeing right now is a very, very strong bullish scenario. My name is Raja Venkataraman. I'm the co-founder of NeoTrader and also a trading influencer. Been in the market for more than 15 years, happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. Well, looking at the way the markets are, looking at the way the resistance are being breached, it's definitely reminding me, just like my title says, from the movie Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, where Amrish Puri is letting go of Kajol and she is going and joining hands with Shah Rukh Khan. That's what is happening right now. There is a transfer of energy, and that's what I would say right now is that all the people who thought that the resistance are not going to be overcome are finding that the resistance are being breached step after step, day after day, and the strong case of bullishness has once again been imprinted on the charts. And yes, of course, the way the overall scenario is booming, we should definitely look for buying at every opportunity. Just like in my previous video, I said, keep calm and carry on. That's what you got to do. You got to ensure that you maintain the composure. That's what happened today. At the start of the day, not much clarity. We were waiting for some signs, and the sign came from Bank Nifty. I'm going to be showing you what was that sign in Bank Nifty. So hang on till the end. And also, we had a debut of the financial services indices yesterday, and today it didn't had a great start, but today it managed to recover from the lows. So probably if tomorrow, if everything holds good, that could be an index to watch out for. Now, looking at the events for the day, I found that there was a very strong action from the underdog and also the crowd favored Reliance. A strong push by Reliance ensured that the markets moved very well, and we also saw some favorable moves from the banking space as well. So all that put together, the banking, NBFC, and also the auto and the metal. So there was all these sectors. They ensured that the bullishness is restored, and the markets in the later half of the day showed a very, very strong case of the bulls holding the fort and actually now scaring the bearish camp quite a bit. Now, when you take a look at the overall scenario, we are seeing that the maximum pain point where the concentration of the positions are there. It is at 14,000, and on the Bank Nifty, it's at 31,500. But what I'm seeing based on the option chain is that around the 32,000 zone, there has been quite a bit of call unwinding, which clearly opens up room for this weekly expiry towards 32,500 and on the Nifty towards 14,500. So, what we are looking at is a possibility of the continued advance. We have already crossed 14,500. So, the possibility of now going towards 15,000 has opened up on the Nifty, going towards 32,500 has opened up on the Bank Nifty. So we are looking at a very, very strong scenario of bullishness going into the last 2 days of this weekly expiry. But having said that, let's go down into the charts and find out what are the key action points, what are the key levels that we need to observe, and how we can take benefit of the same. So let's go right in. Hang on till the end. I'm going to be showing you how Bank Nifty gave a very, very vital clue. So as you can see here that the Bank Nifty has done a very remarkable rise, and what you're seeing right now on the charts is that it is challenging the higher levels which we have been speaking about for the last few videos. And right now these zones around 33,000 mark is going to be exceeded. Well, 32,500 was a key zone. It has reached there. So tomorrow could be a very important day as we look at these levels to exceed. Now the doors opens up to much higher level. So 32,500 is overcome, 14,500 is overcome in Nifty. So the next stop for Bank Nifty is around 34,000. So nice 1,000 point move opens up for the Bank Nifty, and that's what we should be looking for as far as the Bank Nifty is concerned. And the clue which I got from Bank Nifty today was a range move about the first half an hour of the day. So let me just enlarge this chart a little bit. If you see here, this is today's market action, and you can see that after the morning gap down open, right? The morning gap down open, the bank nifty did not move much. It just stabilized around this zone. All right, it just stabilized around this zone. And if you just waited for the first half an hour, right? Waited for the first half an hour. It is a very important zone to watch and observe, especially on the indices. So if you ever get a move, say before 1 p.m. Above this zone, it's a very, very critical indication. So you can see here around 12 o'clock, you had this nice long body bullish candle which moved above this zone that indicated that yes, the the rest period is over and now we are looking at a potential upside. Now you can see that this nice long body candle also managed to cover this particular zone. There was this gap area of the morning that got covered. It moved above the first 30-minute high. So it indicated that yes, there is strong case of bullishness. So if you see here from 32,100, it traveled all the way to 32,500. So we have actually now resulted in a strong resistance being broken. But yes, if you see on a higher time frame, you may consider this as a dragonfly doji. Yes, the dragonfly doji is there, but this is on a weekly chart. We got to see at the end of the week what really happens. So you cannot judge based on the happenings right now. What we are seeing based on the option chain where we are getting some clues is that there are a lot of call unwinding happening, which is clearly an indication that there is a potential to move to the upside. If you recall last video, I had said that the bank nifty plays a very important role and the bank nifty will be the index to watch out for, and it happened exactly like that. So if you're watching this video for the first time, I would like you to go right now and click on the like button and do not forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get reminded when I come online and when I share these nuggets of simple structured analysis of the indices. Because without understanding the indices, without understanding the clarity of the index, it's very, very difficult to trade the markets, right? So you can see here when the indices began to move today, you had a very, very terrific move. So now let's go down to NeoTrader, our friend, our guide, and find out what does he have to say about the indices and what are the confluence zones which we can look at. So if you see here right now, we are at 32,460, so which clearly says that we are above the R1 zone. So you can see here for tomorrow, we are trading well about this. So you can see here, this is the pivot for tomorrow to watch out for 32,160. 32,460 is the level. And what you are observing right now is that the nearest confluence zone out here, okay, the nearest confluence zone out here is around 33,228, 33,161. So your R3 for multi-day is tying up with your R4, which is the most extended move for the day. So yes, you are looking at a very good potential up move here. So you can see that there is a first confluence here at 568 and 624, and then there is 228 and 161. So you have got two levels to watch out for on the upside. So now let's see on the downside in case there is some bearish pressure and there is some profit booking on the index. You can see here that 31,752 on the downside. Let me just mark out these zones. So this is your first one on the upside. This is your second one, right? And on the downside, you have got this as the support zone. So 31,750 on the downside, 33,228 on the upside. So you have a very wide range to play for in the next 2 days, and that's the action area which you got to watch. And that's what is going to be a very, very interesting play for the next 2 days. So mind these levels, note these levels, and ensure that whenever the prices are emerging around these points, do note them and do take action. All right. So now let's go into Nifty. And when you go and take a look at Nifty, you are seeing that there is a fantastic steady up move, right? We had spoken about a 2-point Fibonacci extension here, and we had definitely seen that the levels had gone up quite well. Let me redraw it for you. And you can see that it's doing quite well. The moves are steadily going to the upside. And what you are seeing right now, okay, what you are seeing right now is a very, very strong scenario of movement to the upside. So, very, very clear that the overall sentiment is indicating that the chances of the Nifty moving towards 15,500 is very much in order, and nothing seems to be stopping it. The COVID vaccines are coming through, the USD INR is stable, and many times it is also showing some signs of strengthening. The dollar is stable, so not much cues from the currency. And as far as the domestic triggers are concerned, yes, you may have some macro numbers coming here and there, but then the overall pictures are good. The results are coming in thick and fine. So overall sentiment continues to indicate that we are on the pathway of recovery once again as 2021 begins. So the mood is quite buoyant, and that's why you're seeing that despite all kinds of pessimism which sometimes crop up, Nifty is able to retain the bullish sentiment. And you can see that right now at 14,600, you still have around 900 points more. But then any pullback, okay, any pullback to in and around 14,000 would be an area to watch out for and should be definitely considered for some long opportunity. Yes, you sometimes get scared at these levels, but then the best way is to get rid of this fear is by participation, and the only way to participate is buy some at current levels or buy on dips, but then do wait for pullbacks because pullbacks are coming in plenty. You just got to go and keep a watch on your favorite stocks, wait for the pullback and take action on them because opportunities are coming at you faster than you can do your analysis, right? So now if we go and take a look at the Nifty and find out what are the key levels to watch out for action tomorrow. So this is what NeoTrader is telling us. You can see here right now as we speak, there is clearly a confluence zone here. Okay, there is a confluence zone here of on the upside. This is your R2 of intraday tying up with your R3 of multi-day. So when you're going to consider Nifty, you are seeing that Nifty has already reached a very important zone. R3 on the multi-day is definitely a profit booking zone. So you got to wait for Nifty to actually move beyond this zone because this zone represents a very important area, and R3 on the multi-day is probably the R3 is a profit booking zone for the week. So here is where you got to be a little careful. Now when you step down, when you step a little lower, let's try and find out whether we are getting some confluence zone. So yes, any support zone around this. So what I find here is that this is an important support zone, and this support zone should be retained. This can tie up with your multi-day R1. So your multi-day R1 and your S1, there is a tie-up. So if there is a pullback towards this zone, 14,470, there's a nice tie-up here compared to the Bank Nifty. So levels are pretty much defined. 14,470 on the downside, 14,630 on the upside. So any pullback to this zone, go long. Any breakout above this zone, go long. Else, wait for the opportunity because the opportunity will come. Just like the song in Gully Boy, "Apna time aayega," you can say that "Apna level bhi aayega." Because if you're watching my video, I can say with confidence that हम जो लेवल कहते हैं वो लेवल आता ही है. And now let's go into the analysis of how we are going to take charge of Nifty. So this is chart of Nifty. Let's go down once again and let's look at the intraday charts as well. Yes, this is the intraday charts. Let me just remove the Fibonacci levels here. So you can see here right now that once again there is a small gap here around 14,420. I spoke about 14,470. 14,470 is somewhere here, right? And then 14,420. So two levels to watch out for: 14,470 and 14,420. Yes. And then let's now go to the you can see here this is the financial Nifty, which just debuted. So the debut was not very colorful, and but then you can see here in this particular setup, it's made a nice piercing candle here, and you can see that the piercing line formation is an indication that there is some bit of recovery from lower levels, but yes, it's too early to call it as a piercing line. But still, this whole formation suggests that some bit of recovery is seen. So this could be another interesting index to watch out for. And now let us go into Nifty IT. Nifty IT, I had spoken about a resistance zone. You can see here, this is the 2.618 resistance level and the daily chart, right? The daily chart, we had a nice closing yesterday. Again, today there was a doji, but what has clearly happened is that it has gone up with a gap above this resistance zone. It has gone opened with a gap with the TCS results coming positively and gone beyond this resistance zone, which is around 26,700, which clearly indicates that there is strong positive vibes in this index. So one should be looking at any pullback. So right now, going into the future, the result seasons will come, the results will flow. Any pullback into this zone around 26,000, say 150 to 500. That would be a nice pullback area for the Nifty IT, and that could be a very interesting space for the Nifty IT index, and that should definitely be tracked because that index, once the pullback emerges, you will definitely have some pullbacks in the leading IT stocks as well. That is the time to again enter the IT space. So yes, this is what I wanted to share with you guys as part of today's index analysis. Yes, we have a new entrant into the fold. We'll be periodically analyzing the financial Nifty IT services as well, and we'll have a great detailed study on how to do all this in a more structured way. Thank you for watching this video. This is Radha Venkatraman signing off. I'm the co-founder of NeoTrader and also a trading influencer. Been in the markets for more than 15 years. Happily married with a loving wife and an energetic son who keeps me on the run just like the markets. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and do not forget to share, subscribe, and comment on this video. And do not forget to share it with all your trading communities and all your friends because this kind of structured analysis is not done anywhere on the internet. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Stay safe.